Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special quarantine edition. I would say of ISD, but it's different this time. As you guys know, I was on radio prior to starting the podcast, so this is going to be a series of one-on-one interviews, the first one of many. And I'm honored, I'm humbled to have, I would say, sit it with me, but you're not with me. You kind of like 50, 60 miles away. Um, my guy, 8matiklogan. How you feeling, bro?
Shit, what's poppin', broski? I'm feeling all right. Not the
Mm,
best, not the worst, but just trying to stay positive through this crisis.
facts, facts. Why not the best though?
I got like little health issues and stuff, so I've been like, just trying to hang in there and like I don't feel too bad. You feel me? I've been better, but I've been worse. So
Hmm.
but yeah, I'm not at my best right now in terms of the way I'm feeling.
I get you. I get you. It's tough. On top of that, we can't really leave at all. So when you have like that
Yeah.
trap mentality, it makes shit worse. I get it though because my mom is chronically sick too. You know what I'm saying? So growing up, dealing with the highs and lows, whatever it is that person deals with, it can be tough, bro. Like like I got a diabetic family member. You know what I'm saying? So there'll be times where I come home, or this has happened a while. I'll come home and they'll be like shaking and whatnot. I'll be like, damn, what's going on? To
Yeah,
try and
my
figure out everything and all that kind of shit. You know?
my little sister's diabetic too, so I feel you.
Yeah. So is she type 1 or type 2, if you don't mind me asking?
Um, Shit. Which one's the worst one?
Well, the one you're born with is type 1.
I don't even know. She got the one where she needs to take insulin and stuff all the time. And
That's probably type 1. That's one of the worst ones because if you don't take your insulin and you have to watch what you eat in your diet because you got to make sure you measure the right amount of insulin, you got to count your calories. It's a whole lot of shit going on.
yeah,
Like,
she got the pump in. She puts the pump in her body and shit. So, but
yeah,
yeah,
that's a whole job, bro. Honestly.
yeah. No, it's stressful. I already like I could see it. And
Yeah.
she's still young. So
I'm sorry to hear that, bro. But since we on the topic, we always talk about obviously, you're a rap artist, you make music, but it's always good to know people outside of that. So what's Logan the big brother like?
um. Man, I don't know. I mean, you probably be better off. You probably would be better off asking my sisters, or my brother, like because
Yeah.
my dad got locked up when I was 10, so I've been trying to fill multiple roles. You know what I'm saying? So just winging it, bro. I've been winging it as I go for like literally forever. So I don't know, really. I don't want to describe that or label that myself.
I feel that. I feel that. That's tough though. I mean, how has that molded you to be able to have to wear six different hats?
Yeah. Like it's something that now I'm more accustomed to, and kind of it's I don't even look at it like that no more. When I first started having to do stuff like that, I used to look at it like a obstacle or a challenge, and now it's more so embraced. But
Mm-hmm.
it's never been easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because on top of just trying to be a good role model or example for them, which I don't know if I've done that. But just having to grow up and not having no male role model to help me, maneuver through life. I had to teach myself a lot and learn a lot through like real experience. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like there's a lot of stuff that you can't even really put into words. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad left when I was like 10, like about to be
Mm-hmm.
11 type shit. So, and I'm 25 now. So you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't even really remember back then like that, but I just remember like specific times where I had to just toughen up, and get through and pull through certain stuff and teach myself certain lessons. Or if life was throwing me around and pushing me around, I had to really dissect and analyze that. And you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't had nobody to teach me or to help me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a weird journey, man. But I embrace it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing you really can do. One thing I'm learning personally is to not dwell. Now, our stories are different. you know. But at the same time, everyone goes through different struggles. But I think the main thing we have to do as people, not even me and you, everybody, is to make sure that we don't dwell, we grow.
For
Certain
sure.
shit, certain shit we're never gonna forget. Some you're not supposed to forget it, but you gotta forgive it and you gotta let it go. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And from talking to you and doing my research, and I watched your interview with Illinois, good interview, and a lot on there you talked about a lot of your previous experiences. But when I talk to you now, when I hear it, and I also hear it in the music a little bit because I went back and listened to, I forgot the name of the album. I listened to Fake Deep, and then I listened to the one that came out before that. Let me get it. Still Iconic. And with that being said, I noticed that there's growth. You know, out of
Yeah.
all the growth in your life, which one are you the most proud of?
Do you mean like which project or like what?
Let me rephrase the question. I'm sorry. In your life, because I want to make it bigger than music. In your life,
Yeah.
what growth are you the most proud of? Growth as an artist, growth as a person.
Oh, I can't say that I'm specifically more proud of one. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm,
I'm one of them I'm one of them people that, whether I'm doing the dishes or in the studio, I'm gonna go hard. I hate half-assing stuff. So I'm going to
mm,
do my best in every aspect. I'm not going to do something unless I'm doing my best. So when you talk about growth as a person or growth as an artist, or even when we're going back to the Big Brother thing, or like growth as a intelligent person, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not any one that I look at and I'm like, yeah, like there's no wiggle room for me in any of them. I'm going hard
mm,
in each aspect, so that way I could. Maybe the goal is that there is not one that stands out because I'm kind of moving mountains in each one. You feel me? Like I'm not
mm,
trying to be stagnant in any aspect of life. Like I think the one that I'm probably the most challenged with is health. Like that's the one that I've been probably focusing a lot of effort and energy on. And I'm not making as many strides as I would like, but I have been making strides.
mm.
Like and specifically
Well,
with like the my bad with
no, you're good.
the the drugs, the alcohol, the eating habits and all of that. So trying to make sure that trying to take all that energy that I apply everywhere else and apply that to my health as well.
Yeah. I'm just now learning this, but if you don't take care of your body and your mind, then you won't be able to go far with anything. And that's just a general saying in general, you know? I
Hmm.
remember I was talking to this girl and I came up with this shit on the fly. I'm not gonna lie. Was it to get some cheeks? No. I know that's what it sounded like, but I promise wasn't for no cheeks. But I meant this from the bottom of my heart and I said this and I realized that when I said it, I need to apply it to myself. The saying goes, if a tree cannot grow unless you take care of its roots, right?
Hmm.
So I feel like, and I'm saying this because you said in regards to taking care of your body, our mind, that's like our roots. That's our biggest root,
For
literally
sure.
a fat ass root. And if we don't nurture those things, we can't grow. So I just feel like even though the steps are taking a while to get there, the fact you're making steps is the most important part. I don't want you to be too hard on yourself, bro. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
for sure. Like I can't, I got to give myself enough credit, but I make it I make it a thing to not cut myself, slack or cheat myself. Like I could directly correlate, or draw correlations between my health and the music, and since I started really making changes with my diet and the way I treat my body, I could possibly say that that has helped me grow in those other places. You feel me? But
Mm.
it's like I'm not where I want to be. Like I'm not. I don't even know if I have an end goal. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely know I need to keep improving. You feel me?
Mm. Yeah.
But I agree with you on the our body being like a tree. I think our mind and our body are two like trees, kind of like in unison, but kind of separate at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because our mind,
Yeah.
you sprinkle seeds of ideas and stuff in your mind all day, and some of them grow, some of them just get buried. But I think that our body is something similar. Like, not to like differentiate or separate the physical and the mental, you know what I'm saying, or the psyche, but
Mm-hmm.
that's just the way I be looking at it. Because my body, the physical aspect of my body be messed up, you feel me? But my head is good, you feel me? Like
Yeah.
I don't really know how to explain it.
You're sharp in the mind, is what just like you're always sharp, but your
Yeah,
body just like your mind is 10 steps ahead, but your body may only be like 5.
for sure. Like they're connected, but they're separate. You feel me? Like, cause I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was treating my body like shit, I was still smart. But you could see the results. Like my decision making wasn't as sharp. My music or everything else wasn't as sharp until I started making efforts with my body as well. But the mind was always good no matter what, though. You feel me? Just not as good.
Mm. When you were treating your body like shit, what exactly were you doing?
Man, I started. Yeah, I started smoking weed and shit when I was a little kid, bro. Like
Mm.
shit, like 8 years old type shit. So I've been just putting my body through a lot, like drinking, doing drugs, smoking, even smoking cigarettes and stupid stuff like that. Like, but mostly just no sleep, drugs, not eating the right way. Grew up off fast food and all type of crazy shit like that. I ain't trying to really go into the drug aspect of it, but alcohol, all that. Talking about every day, like So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like
Yeah.
I wasn't promoting no healthy habits.
Yeah. I
Just
feel you on
kind
that
of,
one, man.
yeah, just kind of going on the fly, not really caring. Because when you young and you trying to be like live this rock star lifestyle, like it's a lot of stuff that you do, man, that you don't even know what you're getting yourself into.
Mm. Yeah. I can definitely see where you're coming from. But I think that all comes from at least, but I feel like sometimes that stuff has to happen to us. Not to wish any bad will on anybody,
For
but it's
sure,
almost
though.
like if that didn't happen, you wouldn't know now. And because now we have a knowledge, we pass that shit on to others, you know?
Hell yeah, that's what I've been trying to do with these young rappers, man. But a lot of them is like they not trying to hear it, and I get it because I wasn't trying to hear it either. And it's like, and not to say that like I'm an old rapper, you feel me? I'm young as hell too. I just, man, I don't know what it is. I just done separated from that whole mentality. I'm trying to grow and flourish out here. So I've been trying to give knowledge to these youngins and trying to, even the younger kids that don't really know what they're doing. I've been trying to help them, just give them information, like, with these pills, with these drugs, like what they really doing and these habits that they in. Like that shit may seem like it's cool on the surface, but you fucking yourself up. Like you are really hurting
Mm.
yourself.
And spending a lot of money too.
Yeah, facts. Well, what's crazy though? What's crazy
Hmm.
is like you know, maybe this is part of the reason why. Like even when I was younger, like as a rapper, bro, people just give you shit. Like you don't really pay for much. I ain't gonna
Oh,
cap with
okay.
you. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, bro, people would just come to my shows or just come to my sessions and people still give me shit for free. I'm just not asking for that no more. Like, like specific things, but yeah, bro, that you if you an artist and you got some clout, bro, they'll give you everything you want.
Damn. That honestly that makes sense because everyone's trying to get on with you. Everyone's trying to fit in your circle. Everyone's trying to I don't know if you heard that. That's my mom yelling at me to keep my voice down. But um
Yeah, you
I
get.
think that yeah, dang, she broke my train of thought. But in terms of people just want to be on with you, that's definitely hard. Is it hard to kind of keep those people away that are always trying to get on with you?
Um, Sometimes it be your own family and friends though. It's not always like fans. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and they may not necessarily know what they doing. Like you said, they just trying to be cool with you, bro. They just trying to bond, and that's the problem. Is we should be bonding over better scenarios, better situations. We shouldn't be having to get fucked up out our mind to bond.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sometimes it's the people closest to you as well that's just, feeding into it. And it ain't no knock at them. It ain't no, you feel me? It's nothing personal. It's just the lifestyle and culture you find yourself in.
Mm. How would you, with what you just said and everything, has the music industry and your experiences growing up changed how you view people?
Certain people, like, or maybe I shouldn't say how I view people, maybe more so view the world. Because,
Mm.
growing up, like I said, without a dad or without that second parent, that alpha male, and being the only man in the house or boy in the house, whatever you want to say, it's like like I said, I didn't learn a lot of stuff, so I had to go out and learn a lot of things through reality, reality checks and just dealing with a bunch of stuff that I had to, just face head on. So,
Mm.
um, yeah, my bad. I kind of got sidetracked. What was the question again?
No, you're good, bro. Bro, if you get sidetracked and you want to talk, please feel free. But my question was, have your experiences in life and the music industry kind of changed how you view people or how you deal with people?
Oh yeah, no, it's yeah, it's kind of like a thing where, like I said, I just view the world different. Like I'm kind of learning how to maneuver, kind of learning like you can't blame people for how the world is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people that are in the industry specifically are just doing what the people been doing before them for the past whatever 30 years or whatever. So I'm learning to separate emotion from a lot of this shit because it's not personal. It's just like how it is. You feel me? Even with dealing with people in everyday life or dealing with people in school or, because I had dropped out and I had a lot of problems in school. It's not like at the time I was playing the victim and blaming everybody, but now I look back in hindsight and I'm just like, man, I can't really be mad at them. They just doing what everybody else was doing. You feel me? Like I'm trying to change a lot of stuff, man. So I gotta lead by example. Like so in I think the first step is owning a lot of that, taking responsibility and forgiving people for, doing what they didn't even know they was doing.
Mm.
They just following the status
That's
quo.
yeah. Did I cut you off? I'm sorry.
No, you good.
That was some real. That was some real shit you just said, bro. And I'm proud of you for that. Like pretty much what you said in a nutshell was just essentially manning up, and that's something that I feel like a lot of. Well, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Oh, you're older than me. Okay. I'm 23, but I feel like in this age range in this crucial time, especially as men,
Mm-hmm.
it's like our turn, and we're at this crucial time in our lives where are we gonna lean back on those habits we had when we were kids, which is some shit I still struggle with, or are we gonna man up and move forward? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure. That's definitely an internal battle that I see not only in myself, but like you said, a lot of males, like specifically, trying to uh, adopt those habits and embrace that. But it's people like my mom, like that showed me not necessarily a lot of the business savvy or stuff to do with the industry, but just hard work and just how to fight reality and fight it head on and not back down no matter what. You feel me?
Yeah, because I tell you, man, my mom will go to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning, but she works for a school, and she has to be at work at 7. So she'll go to bed at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then be up at 5 o'clock like nothing happened. I don't know how she does it,
Yeah, my mom
but she
too.
does it. You know what I'm saying? It's the craziest shit. I don't know how
Yeah,
she does it. Because if I go to bed and want to get up at 5, I'm not even getting up at 5.
yeah, bro, and that's another thing too. Like I ain't. That's why I don't really like. I don't understand how parents do this. First of all, but secondly, like I ain't in no rush to have no kids because just seeing how hard it is, how difficult it is. Even if you have money, like even people that have money, they still have a lot of issues. So it's like before I bring anybody into this world, I need to have a grasp on the world. Like I need to know exactly what I'm bringing somebody into. Period. You feel me? And
Yeah.
make sure that my situation is good enough to even do that the way I want to.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Um, Now, I want to go back to a point you brought. You said a few minutes ago. It's hard to. You see, you brought a point about removing emotions from certain things when dealing with people.
Mm-hmm.
See, I feel like our generation, especially, we put this term. Not saying you specifically, but we put this term on in your feelings, and we made it such a bad term, right? It's like it's coined negative. When someone tells you in your feelings, it's like a negative thing.
Yeah.
But my thing is, being in your feelings and having emotions is a natural human experience. That's what we're supposed to do.
For
And I
sure.
feel like, sometimes, again, not you, but I feel like sometimes people will try to not be in their feelings as much as possible and take their emotions out of it so much to where it's not even a real, like, regular human experience anymore. It's something that's kind of being made and manufactured because you're fighting what's actually supposed to happen. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's something that our generation kind of fucks up on.
Well, I don't know if I necessarily blame our generation because a lot of things are getting coined right now, but the older generation are the ones calling us soft and calling us sensitive and
That's true.
kind of teasing us for having emotions to begin with. You feel me? The generations
Mm.
before us are like, they like to portray this robot mentality, like, work hard, do this. It's all physical. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and kind of not. They don't really encourage using your brain or your emotions. Like when I say separate emotions from it, I'm speaking on specific cases or scenarios. Like
Okay.
because sometimes people let emotions hold them back. Like in terms of like cutting people off or staying in a draining situation because you love somebody, or you know going against logic and ration because of emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
at certain times it's best to separate emotion, put it to the side, and do the smart thing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts. Facts.
But I definitely agree with you. There's a stigma on the whole emotional in your feelings thing that should be removed because, like you said, it's a natural thing. People should be able to embrace when they're sad or when they're emotional or whatever the emotion is, love, happiness, whatever. Because even somebody like me, I just walked away from a record deal, bro, and it's because I wasn't happy. You feel me? And that's emotional. But
Hmm.
before I did that, I had to analyze it and make sure I was doing something that I wanted to do, like not just walk away because I wasn't happy. Like, let me make sure is it not fair? You know what I'm saying? Let me separate the emotion and make sure that this is a good decision. You feel me? That I'm not
Hmm.
just doing it because I'm emotional. But
Right.
it's like a thing where I put myself in a bad situation and I had to walk away from it. But I wasn't solely basing that decision off of emotion. There was logic in there too.
Mm.
You get me? So analyzing it, I had to
Yeah.
separate the emotions to make sure that I was making a decision that would make me happy. You feel me? So I think there's a
Yeah.
balance, and
Facts.
I think there needs to be a balance in everything. Um, yeah. So I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? There is a stigma to it, but I don't think it's one our fault, and two, I don't think that we should allow it to be persistent and to really alter the way we think. I think unless it's for the positive. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you separate
Yeah.
emotion, but we shouldn't let that be the reason why we're depressed because we feel like we can't express ourselves to anybody. Like that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah. I sorry to cut you off, but I know that feeling, not being able to comfortably express yourself. Because especially like me, for example, I'm a very expressive person. I
Yeah,
always say how I feel. Like I'm the person that every time I leave someone I'm with, if I rock with them, I'll be like, all right, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a very expressive, tell you how I feel, talk on my hands kind of person. So if I feel cooped up and I can't feel like I can explain myself or get my thoughts off, I, man, I fold up. You know what I'm
you
saying?
shut
Like
down.
that shit is yes, that shit is the worst for me because if I feel like I can't express myself, I'm gonna overthink what I say, or if I do express myself and it's not received well, if depending how much I care about the other person thinks, then I'll overthink it. Then I'm sitting there in a cycle of overthinking, and then I'll think about one thing I said for like fucking weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then I'll just be stuck in that negative loop cycle. So I get that completely. That shit is the worst.
yeah, I hear you, man. I definitely hear you.
Now you brought up walking away from a record deal. Was that a tough situation? How long did you think about that before you decided to make that move?
I was thinking about that shit from the moment I signed it.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, no cap.
Damn. Okay. How come?
I took a risk. I had to take a risk. My back was against the wall. I felt like I was, I made a decision when I wasn't in a great headspace to begin with, and I was desperate. So, I kind of went against my gut to sign it. Well, my gut was conflicted. You know what I'm saying? I knew that I wasn't signing something that was necessarily a good deal or a great deal, and I
Mm-hmm.
also knew I didn't know enough to be signing in to begin with, to begin with, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, I knew that there was some good that could come from it, and I wasn't signing a life sentence or a death sentence, you know what I'm saying? So I was
Mm-hmm.
conflicted and being pulled from multiple angles. So the idea of walking away was in my head from maybe even before I signed it. You know what I'm saying? Or an
Mm.
exit plan was in my head from before I even got involved.
I see. Yeah, labels can definitely be tough situations. We hear it. It seems like almost every month or every few months we hear about an artist going through it with a label. Megan just went through with 1501.
Well, you got
Juicy
to
J just
think.
went through.
Yeah, I don't mean to cut you off, but you got to think.
Go ahead.
The efficiency of everything else is spiking. You feel me? So if there's a million more artists than there used to be, then there's probably going to be like at least thousands and thousands of deals, way more deals than it used to be. And there's
It's true.
thousands of people that think they're executives, or older people that didn't really get they shine when they was younger, and now they feel like they might have a grasp on how to do things. So now they just trying shit. You feel me? They just signing people to deals, and then they fucking these artists, man. And it's like a lot of us is just young and looking for a way out. You feel me? And like I said, I didn't
Mm.
know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? But I knew I had to take a risk, or I felt like I had to take a risk. But with that, I knew I also had to be prepared in case that shit went left. If not
What did you do to
knowing what,
prepare?
my bad. If not knowing what, I needed to know like a way that I could start approaching an exit, you feel me? Or a way that I could get out, you know what I'm saying? Or some type of doorway. I had to have multiple doors there. I couldn't just have one door and walk in and be blind. Like, I had to make sure that there
Yeah.
was something else.
Yeah, that'd be a terrible idea. I understand that completely. Um, Now with your time at ATS, what did you take from it that was positive?
Man, I learned a lot. I ain't gonna cap. I learned a lot. And you see, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
like what I did do was make sure that I was studying the whole time. Like I wasn't just showing up treating it like a job. You feel me? Because I did get to go to LA and go to Hitco and see how some of these labels they offices are, see the different departments, and just see how things operate, because I had a lot of experience as an independent artist. So signing, I wanted to make sure that if it did go left, I wanted to leave with a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge. You feel me? So I
Yeah.
learned a lot, like working with my homie Don Robin Oz. I became a better artist. You feel me? I learned a lot more about music, and you know, I was kind of in a space as an independent artist where I didn't fuck with a lot of people. So I got to deal with people. You feel me? And interact with people a lot more. Go out to the clubs more, and just use those people skills and kind of become more of an extrovert, or channel that extroverted energy. So I just learned a lot, man. I was a sponge the whole time and soaking it in from every aspect of it, top to bottom.
Mm. Yeah. That's super important, really, with anything that we do. You mentioned that when you were indie, you didn't really fuck with a lot of people. How come?
I felt like people wasn't fucking with me. Like, um, and I still feel that way, but I'm on a more peaceful track. I ain't really on some hating shit. I ain't really on no negative energy. You know what I'm saying? When I had my deal, a lot of people were coming around me for the wrong reasons. Like, people thought I had money. People thought I was on this trajectory to be some famous ass rapper. You feel me? So the same people that was hating on me when I was independent was now on my dick. You feel me? So, and I noticed that I was very conscious of that. But as an independent artist, you feel me? People just wasn't fucking with me. And it in Chicago, like obviously you do get a lot of love, you feel me? Otherwise you wouldn't be popping. But it was more so from strangers and fans than it was from, my peers and contemporaries or like anybody that was around me or in the scene. You feel me? Like I felt like I had to just do my thing and
Mhm.
not rely on nobody or not really focus my energy on other people because they weren't really showing me pure energy. It was all fake to begin with. And I seen that when the deal came. You feel me? It was magnified and amplified.
Mm. Did those people who came around you when you got signed, now that you're independent again, are they still around you or no?
It might not even be, I'm always uh wary and conscious of the people I'm around. So it might not have even been a thing where they were around me, but you could see the fake love and you could see you could sense the fake energy through the internet, through the, like just brief interactions like in the club or, taking pictures and all that type of shit. So ain't nobody around me right now. You feel me?
Mm.
I'm back on my, I mean, especially with this pandemic, but I ain't
I
nobody
was gonna
around me
say,
right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I was
I
gonna say,
gotta,
ain't nobody right now, but
yeah,
yeah.
I got a small circle to begin with, so.
Mm. Now, out of those people in your circle, what roles do they play? Because everyone, I like to look at it like this, right? A lot of times we see people who are successful, we think, oh, it's just them. Like when we see Will Smith, we only think of Will Smith. We don't think of like maybe Will Smith's manager or his wife or his kids, people in his corner. Who are the people that are really in your corner?
So right now it's just me. I ain't gonna cap with you. It's just me. I'm handling everything. Um, I mean, my backbone, I would say, is maybe my mom or my family. But other than, and that's like not even on no music or idea shit. That's just like real life shit. But yeah, it's just me right now, bro. Like I'm handling literally everything, and I'm trying to embrace that because I've learned so much. If you want something, there's a saying: if you want something done right, do it yourself. You feel me? And don't nobody get me, bro. Don't nobody understand me, and don't nobody go as hard for me as me. So I can't really rely on nobody, especially learning so many people have ulterior motives and these hidden agendas, these cruel intentions. None of that shit sits well with me, bro. So I'd rather do all this shit myself until I meet people that kind of are in that same realm and value the same things I value, so I can align myself with them.
Yeah. That's real. That's real. Now you mentioned when you were with ATS, you paid attention to everything and you picked up on a lot of different things to take with you. When you did the conversation with Jordan, shout out to my guy Jordan, Heavy
Yeah,
Butt Light
shout
on
out to bro.
Instagram.
That's my dog.
He's the reason why we met. That's my boy, man. I tell
Oh
you.
God.
Um when you did the conversation with him, you showed us a book, and we're gonna get into the book club soon. But you showed us a book that talked about, I forget the name of it, but it talked about a lot of music laws.
Yeah.
Um, is that something that you took with you from ATS?
Um, Kinda. I mean, the last thing they would do is give me knowledge. You feel me? They wasn't trying to get me smarter. They was trying to take advantage of me. So it's like a thing where I had to go get these books. I had to want this knowledge. You feel me? I had to go get my own lawyer and do all type of other shit. So they kind of maybe sparked that energy in me to kind of, okay, go figure your shit out, bro. Otherwise, we gonna keep taking advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to tell me that. I sensed it, and
That's grimy. Ugh.
yeah, so I went and got my own. I went and got my own intelligence and started teaching myself stuff. But that's what I'm looking for in somebody that's gonna partner with me, bro. I'm not trying to get taken advantage of. If you know something that I don't, put me on game. You know what I'm saying? What's your intentions at that point? You know what I'm saying? Because if I really rock with somebody, or I got somebody under my wing, or a protege, or somebody that I know could make, even if I got somebody in a deal, bro, that I know could eventually make me a ton of money, I want to get
Mhm.
them to the best of their, to the best person that they could be. I want to push them to strive for greatness. You feel me? Not keep them in a box. And I didn't feel like, other than maybe growing as an artist, they weren't interested in me growing as a person or any of that other shit.
Mm.
So yeah, I went and picked up the book on my own, bro. I made that decision on my own, and I read that shit on my own.
After reading that book and going back to when you signed, what would you have done differently?
I would have read the book before I signed, honestly, you know, and got a little more knowledge before I signed. But you know, what's done is done. I don't really dwell on it no more because, like I said, I did learn a lot.
Hmm.
I learned like a lot, and I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if I didn't go through that. So, but
Facts,
the
facts.
book
So,
helped me get out of my deal, honestly, because, well, maybe not
oh,
necessarily the book, but having knowledge and being able to comprehend my contracts and kind of think creatively and from a business mindset. You feel me?
right,
Yeah. So.
right. And that's always good. We always gotta make sure that we're putting ourselves on before anybody else can put us on. I've been learning that the hard way, to tell you the truth. And it's been learning for a very long time. Because I'm the thing is with what I'm doing is I'm learning patience. And I'm realizing
Mm.
that in life you need patience for things to really take fruition. You want to eat something, but like say you want some lasagna, that shit gonna take forever to cook because you gotta bake that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but not to cut you
So
off, bro, but they taught me a lot. Like going through that situation taught me hella patience because bro, I have so many songs. Gee, I was in the studio for years working, and I only put out 2 songs. And
that's what I was gonna ask you.
the last song didn't get no help or no promo or nothing. I ended up having to fund everything myself. You feel me? So,
And you were signed to
and
a
I was
label, you had to fund it
signed, bro.
yourself?
Yeah, dog.
What the fuck?
But that was the last straw for me though. When I put out blah blah and I seen it just organically start going crazy, and I had to pay for the promo video, and I had to start paying for my own stuff, and it's like, man, this is not how it's supposed to be. Like when you're signed, and these industry, executives on any tier, you know, tier 1, tier 2, all the way down to tier 5 or whatever however you want to list them, they
I was
gonna
gonna say
tell
I didn't
you
know there
that.
were tears.
That's just me. I'm putting that on that. Like, you got the heavy hitters. You got the heavy hitters, like the people in the industry that are huge moguls, and then you got
Uh-huh.
the younger, newer executives that are just out here starting their own labels or doing whatever they want locally or in their
Mhm.
city. And they're gonna tell you, regardless of where they're at, on what tier, they're gonna tell you that that's a part of the game. You feel me? That's the way shit is. Or woo this, woo out the bam. And it's like, that's the standard. And it's like, man, fuck the standard. Fuck it. Fuck
Real
the whole
shit.
industry, bro. This is all dirty. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to all be winning, and we should be uplifting each other. Not, I should never have to pay for some when I'm signed. Period. And because I am,
Facts.
that's my fault for getting in this dumbass deal. But now I'm gonna get myself out and change this shit because that shit is lame, bro.
Yeah,
Period. Ain't no other
big
word
time.
for it.
I was when I was doing my research on you, like I said, you don't like you only put out 2 songs. You put out House of Pain and then there was blah blah. But I go and I listen to Fake Deep and that shit is fire. In my opinion, out of what I heard, that was like better than those 2 songs that you put out, even though I know that's what you guys are going for at the time. And I was kind of confused as to why there was a 2 year hiatus of it. And we have these 2 songs that when you look at them like sonically, like they're completely different. Fake Deep has a lot more content to them and they're deeper songs versus the 2 singles you put out.
Yeah, no, you should go back and listen to my first tape, 1636, which was more it's along the same lines of Fade Deep. But yeah,
Okay. Okay.
uh I always played with the different, like when I came out, I popped off like off of, like mob music, crew shit, like, fun music, and then I kinda went into that 1636 realm and kinda, which is more feel music, more emotional music. And then like, the when you get to like signing the deal with blah blah and House of Pain, it's like that's what they was asking me for. So
Yeah.
it is what it is at that point. But I embraced it and I got better as that with that style of music. You feel me? And it's not to say that I don't like doing it. I love making music in any realm. You feel me? I just love creating. I
Mhm.
see it all as a challenge and a and an opportunity to embrace it. You feel me, and learn. But yeah, something like Fake Deep, I like that too. But like I said, it just is what it is, man.
Yeah. Now, what's the difference in terms of the person that you were when you recorded Fake Deep and the person that you were when you made House of Pain and blah blah? Like,
What's
are
crazy
those two
is,
different Logan? Okay.
oh yeah, I mean, Fake Deep, I kind of killed Logan at first, and then I started using my real name. But I kind of went back to Logan and kind of buried whatever little weird period I was going through at that time, and kind of re-embraced Logan again. Like with House of Pain and blah blah, I think I was actually a smarter artist than I was when I was making Fade Deep. Even though Fade Deep has more substance and more content, I think the
Mm,
my ability to showcase and do the blah blahs and the House of Pains actually showcases how how much of an artist I've grown. But I wasn't telling you on the record. You feel what I'm saying? I was just
mm-hmm.
I was just more so proving it. And I think Blah Blah is my best song, like overall, and I think it could have been a hit. Like I think it had top 40 potential. You know what I'm saying? Now the reasons why obviously are evident. You feel me? The reasons why I didn't, I
Yeah.
mean, are evident. But yeah, like I think I was actually a better artist and a better, smarter, more intelligent person at that point than I was when I made Fake Deep. Fake Deep was just a style of music that kind of represented that. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
that was the whole point, was to feel it and be emotional and kind of let people in.
Yeah, and that's definitely how I felt when I heard Fake Deep, because the first things I heard from you were the two singles when you were with ATS. So once I started to hear Fake Deep, I'm like, man, it showed me the range that you have, because like we just talked about, those first two singles are really primarily singles for a reason. They're meant to pop. But the other ones really had a lot more depth to them. And to know that you only put out two songs kind of gave me representation on mine, a situation that you're going with. Because I'm like, this dude is mad fucking talented. Why we only have two songs and singles at that from him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Now moving on from the music aspect for now, I want to talk about the book club.
Oh
Explain to
God.
the people exactly the book club.
So I mean, the book club was an impulse. Like I have this newfound love for reading. I wouldn't even call it
Mm-hmm.
newfound, because at certain parts of my life when I was a kid, I channeled it. You know what I'm saying? But I never ran with
Mm-hmm.
it. And um, now being stuck in the crib, I got all this time to just sit here, man. So I just, I want to become an educator, man. I want to become not only just an artist, but a mogul, a businessman, but also an educator. And I want to give back to the youth. Not no monetary. I'm not. I mean, I do want to give back money, to Chicago and to the youth. But when I'm speaking about giving back in this instance right now, it's not a monetary figure. It's not a dollar amount. I want to give back what I never had, and that was somebody that would give me real knowledge. You feel me? To uplift me and to help me get to that next point of my life, like that next level. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody gave me no game, bro. Period. Not just music, but in life. You feel me? And it's like with the book club, reading was how I got a, was how I was able to take initiative in my own life. And like I said, going back to the music business book, that kind of helped me take control back of my life. And everything that nobody taught me, I'm kind of picking up through books, other than the stuff that I learned through life experience. So the book club was just an impulse, man, to just show people that I'm also reading, you know what I'm saying? But my goal is to educate and steer y'all the right way. You feel me? Whether,
Mm-hmm.
I got to lead by example without any results for a minute, that's cool. I ain't really tripping off no numbers or nothing like that, especially since I understand the whole entertainment industry and how the numbers are inflated all across the board. So I'm just trying to show people how pure it is. First off, you feel me? I know that it can lead somewhere great. I know that my music and everything else that I'm doing is going to be great. But with the book club in particular, I'm just trying to get people to start reading and to value their mind and to value their time. You know what I'm saying? We'll spend hours on our laptops or phones, but we won't even spend 30 minutes to just read a little bit. And that's going to help us. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like people are complaining about book lengths and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, you understand you don't have to sit there in one sitting and read a whole book, right? Like, man, you can break it down. It's like anything else, man. And I'm just trying to get these young people to read, even older people that never read there's no reason, like all the knowledge that's ever going to exist or that exists is already there. You know what I'm saying? We just don't have it. There's things in your brain that you need to unlock. You feel me? Your brains are locked. That's all it is. And nothing's stopping you other than yourself. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. And with the book club, I'm just trying to promote that, healthier lifestyle. And when I say healthier, I'm speaking mentally and, just gaining knowledge and wisdom, bro. Like I'm really trying to just give that back to the people right now, whether they accept it, whether it's inviting or not. I just want to lead by example right now.
That's amazing, bro. It really is. And again, I know I said this earlier, but I'm really fucking proud of you for doing that. Like, I
Man,
know,
thank you.
For one, kudos to you again for trying to make sure that you give back to these people and put knowledge on them, because I love it when people who have platforms do things differently outside of what they do to make a difference. For example, No Name, she started a book club a while ago, and I
Yeah,
thought that
actually,
shit
I
was
got
super cool.
inspired by that too. That's also a
Yeah.
inspiration for the book club. Cause like, what rappers have book clubs? You feel me? I think it might just be me and her. And it's like when I seen her do it, at first I was skeptical, but then I kind of seen her shit pop up, and I was like, oh, you know
Hell
what?
yeah.
What am I being
It's going
nervous
crazy.
about? Yeah, what am I being nervous about? Like, I'm gonna just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck the stigma. Fuck what people are gonna say, because people are definitely mocking me. You know what I'm saying? People are definitely having, it's a
Mhm.
joke, you know what I'm saying, right now for some people. But it is what it is. Like, at the end of the day, the same people that are hating on that, it's like, well, how could you hate on something so pure? One, that tells me more about you than it does about me. And two,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? And two, clearly you ain't reading. You know what I'm saying? That kind of energy comes from somebody who's not doing that. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's for you as well, man. You feel me?
Mhm.
So, but yeah, shout out No
Well,
Name.
yes, big shout out to her, man. Dope rapper too. Really,
Yeah,
like
she's
really fucking
cool.
dope rapper.
Really cool, man.
But like I don't. And then another thing is, you set off an impulse. That's crazy, because a lot of times here in this downtime that this forced downtime that we all have, some people aren't making the best of it. You know what I'm saying? Some people really aren't looking forward to actually doing shit with it. So to see that you're doing something outside of the norm is really dope, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like really.
I can't sleep if I'm not making efforts and making strides. Like when I see these people just out here bullshitting, especially in a time right now where we have nothing but time to sit and reflect and learn. If you just doing nothing, I just can't get on board with that. How you going
Mhm.
to, like, this is a time where you have a chance to sit here, dissect your life, analyze. You have no obligations, no requirements to go out into the world and do anything. You don't have to be nowhere, unless your job is considered essential. You ain't got to be nowhere. You ain't got to see nobody. You ain't got to do nothing. You feel me? So right now is the best
Mhm.
time for you to sit there, analyze yourself, dissect, and try to promote real growth right now. You feel me? Because this is something unprecedented. It may never happen again, at least in our lifetime. So
Hopefully this shit don't happen again, cuz boy, this shit
hopefully,
is ass. Oh my
hopefully.
god.
But I'm not a person that looks at the bad of it. You feel me? Obviously it's bad. But I'm looking at all the opportunity. You feel me? All the opportunity we have to grow as people. And everything's a double-edged sword, bro. Regardless of how bad it is, you can see the light in everything. And that's kind of
Mhm.
what I'm doing. And I'm bro, I'm studying, I'm taking classes, I'm learning and I'm reading every day and I'm still working on music. You feel me? So it's like I'm not wasting none of my time in the crib, bro, at all. All 24 hours. You feel me? There might be a couple hours where I'm sleeping, but even that is promoting rest and rejuvenating. So it's like, man, if you wasting this time, then time was never your problem in the first place. It was discipline.
Facts. Big facts. Now, you talked about, since we're you talked about influences and we talked about No Name. Who influences you musically on that side?
I'm heavily influenced by a bevy of artists. I can't even name one. You feel me? When I was a kid, the people that influenced me to start making music are people like Wayne, maybe Drake, Jay-Z, Eminem, Kanye, you know, Chief Keef, especially when I was actually deciding to start making music. But yeah, that's probably the people that inspired me to get into it, like 50 Cent. You know, I could go on forever, but in terms of the sonic influence, I just like what I like, bro. And I'm not really turned off by much music. I'm really open-minded and I can get inspired by anyone, whether people consider them weak or good. You feel me? So I love getting inspired. I love hearing music from every angle, period. I would be doing myself a disservice if I just started naming a couple.
That's real. That's real. Now, I got a question for you. And I thought about this the other day, right?
What's
I
popping?
was sitting there and I was thinking, out of this decade between 2010 and 2020, we've pretty much been heavily dominated by three artists, four if you include Kanye, but I'm gonna go with three. And those three, to me, at least the ones that I've seen, are Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. Now, I understand that music is subjective, but out of those three, who are you taking?
Oh, Drake. For sure.
Really interesting.
You gotta take Drake, bro. You gotta take
Really, you know what? You know what's crazy though? I look at it like this, and people give me shit. I'm a J. Cole fan. People give me so much shit because I'm a
I
J.
love
Cole fan.
J.
I guess
Cole.
J. Cole fan.
Let me just say that I love Cole and I love Kendrick as well. But I gotta ride with Drake. But go ahead.
Of course, and see, I love Drake too. Like, Best I Ever Had was my favorite song for a long time when it first came out.
Oh,
But
God.
see, people don't like, when I look at great artists, right? What they all individually do great things. They all make great music. They're all like amazing. But when people do amazing shit and they're good at it, I look to see what they do outside of that craft. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, excuse me, Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly. Musically, that had a great impact.
Real quick, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Give me like 2 minutes, a minute, if that's cool.
Go right ahead, bro. Go right.
Right,
This could be edited out, so it's all good.
I bet. Oh, God.
Well, actually, while we're still here, you guys can always check out Logan on Instagram. Let me get his actual Instagram for his book club, so I don't just say anything and say the wrong thing. Please, guys, feel free to check out ISD. Check out all of our previous podcasts. You know, it's Devonn, Vontrell, and Pierce. Every Monday, we're giving it to you straight, even through this quarantine. And we apologize for any delays, but we're trying to give it to you guys straight as possible. Please go follow Heavy Bud Light on Instagram. That's a Heavy Bud Light. That's Jordan Esparz. He hosts a conversation Monday through Fridays at 7 p.m. every day, and on the weekends at varying times. Why can't I find Logan's message? 8matic Book Club on Instagram. That's to go find Logan's book club. 8matic Book Club. And he what he does is he reviews the books, and once he reviews the books, he reads the books, and once he reads them, he goes and reviews the books on his Instagram for everyone to follow. So please go check those out, and of course follow him at his main account, which is 8matic Logan.
Yo.
My boy. Did you empty the tank?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't be running on fumes. Some tanks you don't want full though. That's definitely one. Like, I was riding my bike for a while, and I really realized I had the pizza. I got off the bike, and I was like, shit. Like, I literally rode my bike for like 4 hours today, just randomly. And I personally, like, everything's closed, so I can't go anywhere and pee. And on top of that, people really be on that shit. Like, I know at my job they are. Like, you can't just come in and pee. You got to buy something or some shit like that.
Yeah, bro.
So now back to what we about Drake, Kendrick, and Cole.
Let's go.
Again, when like, so Kendrick, for example, right? To Pimp a Butterfly, sonically, musically, it's a great album. But if you look at the impact it had outside of music, I think that by him just putting that out, he changed so many things on a social level. To me, that's what
For
makes
sure.
songs great. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, and I'm gonna have to do it unbiasedly because I'm a J. Cole fan, I'm gonna give the nod to Kendrick. Just because the Pimp a Butterfly is like one of the
I mean, I'm speaking.
just
I hear you. I'm speaking on specifically April 11th, 2020. You feel me? Or whatever today's date is.
okay.
So
Yep, April 11th.
in hindsight, things may change, opinions may change because we're not going to see, the exact impact of something like To Pimp a Butterfly. To Pimp a Butterfly might be influencing the greatest president of all time, who's a little kid right now, or a young, like, we
It's
don't
true.
really like. So when I look at it like that, like, I'm saying Drake because Nothing Was the Same and Take Care are,
Whew,
in my opinion, two of the best albums ever across any
whew.
genre. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and
Can't
that's
argue with you.
decade or this past decade, like, and Drake done broke all the numbers, set all the standards, and literally set the bar, right? But then, like, to play devil's advocate and go against it really quick, like you said, Kendrick broke down more social barriers and kind of stood for something that was bigger than music, and
Yeah.
kind of went out on a limb to put his whole career on that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you have to tip your hat to that. So I could see how you would choose Kendrick. I could also see how you would choose Cole if you chose Cole, like, because Cole, like, you go to the no feature shit. You feel me? You go to
Oof.
producing all your own stuff, and it's like, that's real artistry as well, man. And that's big, like going platinum. You feel me? Double platinum or whatever he's been doing. Like, I remember when he dropped Friday Night, I think it's Friday Night Lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the one that with Lights Please and all of that. I can't really remember
Yes.
that far back, but that's when I had got put on to Cole. And then, you go to shit like, I remember when he dropped 2014 Forest Hills Drive. And I remember when he dropped, what's the one with folding clothes and all of that?
For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only, yeah. Like, I was in Vegas when he dropped that, and I listened to that album from top to bottom probably a million times, bro. And when he dropped 2014 Forest Hill Drive, I had a show in Wisconsin, and we only played that album the whole ride there. Like, the whole ride there, we played it over and over and over, and it was like, this is so cold. But going back to Drake, I remember being in the trap, and when his shit came out, it was like, it gave me that same feeling of when I heard Wayne, bro, when I was listening to Wayne and Kanye, like, and Hove, like, you know what I'm saying? So that you could make a case for all three. I think I have to go with Drake though, because he's just the obvious man at the forefront. He's the obvious leader of that whole decade. Like,
Oh, he's definitely the
number
biggest. He's
wise,
probably
all that.
yeah. I sorry to cut you off, but I think I don't know if he. And granted, I wasn't really paying attention to music at the height of Eminem's career. I wasn't really paying attention to music like I am now.
Yeah,
But all I know is Eminem was fucking huge. I
yeah.
feel like so I don't maybe you could answer this question better than me. Is Drake bigger than M was, or is he gonna be? If he's not, I feel like he's gonna be with streaming and everything. But
Um,
is he? Because I've heard people kind of go back and forth on that. But again, I couldn't give an opinion
Eminem
on that
was
because
huge, bro. Like, Drake, I don't know if Drake was bigger than M. I mean, if Drake is bigger than M was, like, cause man, the entity that was Eminem, you know what I'm saying? The different monikers, the Marshall Mathers, Slim Shady, like, and then you throw in the fact that he introduced, in my eyes, uh hip hop to white people. Like, he made white people love that shit for real. Even
mm,
they would even, so much so that they would even still hate the genre, bro, but they would only listen to him. Like, and it's like, it's just so weird to me, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, when he came out with 8 Mile, it's like, bro
that's
starred in
true.
his own movie about him. Like, that's some goat shit. Now, the back end of his career, like what he's doing now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm real passive about it, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's just not, it don't resonate with me. But there are people that are still like fanatics about it. So, we'll have to wait to the end of Drake's career to see how he allows himself to end. Um, and I'm by no way saying that what Eminem's doing is a blemish. You feel me? But it's like his peak, his apex was insane. And like I don't know if Drake's apex is that big, but he's up there though. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Yeah.
you got to understand. Like we were talking about with Kendrick and Cole. You know what I'm saying? And Drake, Eminem kind of embodies all three. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, damn.
In terms of being huge and successful, uh, no features, doing a lot of shit himself. I'm starting to also see that maybe I could be reading wrong, but I didn't know he produced anything until like I'm reading shit that he was actually having production credits on stuff. And then on top of that, he was breaking down social barriers, not for black people, but more so for white people, and kind of merging shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he inspired me to make music. You feel me? And I'm sure he inspired a bunch of other people as well. So like there is an element of each of those three that you named in M. But just comparing him and Drake, I don't know if Drake's shit is big, but you also have to take him into to matter. I mean, you also have to take into consideration that it's two different eras. Now we got streaming, so you're gonna put up the streams against CD sales, which in my eyes, CD sales are way more impressive. You feel me? But
Hell yeah.
But Eminem's still going platinum in the streaming era. So I don't. If they had streams when he was in his peak, he might have set all the records. We don't know though. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing of at this point, it's like trying to debate Bron and Mike. Not saying that that's what we're doing with Emin and Drake, but you know what I'm saying? It's something similar to that where you can't really compare the generations because there's no tangible proof. You feel me?
Right. And like you said, there's a difference between CD sales and streams. Those like it, and I don't think some people actually realize this because we're so used to just being able to easily listen to our music. There's no effort for it. All you gotta do is pay $10 a month or whatever it is your streaming platform costs. But back in the day, you literally had to get up, drive to the store, walk to the store,
Oh God,
then go buy it, and then come back and then put it in your car. That really shows how much people fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
hell yeah! But there was still tactics back in the day by the industry to inflate themselves. Let's not act like they ain't.
Really?
Yeah, they were using. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you what were the tactics?
No, so they would do. They would have stores like kind of like something similar to what they're doing now with the merch bundles and like using other avenues and ways to inflate the numbers. You feel me? And
Mm.
it's like things along those lines. They're just old tactics that they're using in the new systems. So giving away free albums and putting stuff in the stores and exclusive deals and shit like that. So it's like I don't want to go too much into it, but they were definitely there's always ways to cheat the system. Let's not get ahead of ourselves and act like these are honest people. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make money and make it look as best as they can.
Yeah, because the clickbait streaming farm thing. I don't know if you've seen that video, but there's literally two people sitting in a room, and then there's like at least like 50 to like 100 cell phones sitting up on a rack, bro, all plugged in, and these people are
Yeah.
clicking on their computer, and all these phones are doing different shit on the screens. And I was like, that shit is crazy. Like I kind of had an idea that shit was because like you said, life isn't peachy keen perfect. So I kind of had an idea that some funny shit was going on. But when
hmm
I saw that, I was like, damn, this shit is nuts what people will do.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
That shit. That man. There's so many ways. Even shit so small as buying Instagram views and likes, bro. Like the labels are doing all of that. Like I say, the numbers are inflated every way, bro, from across the board.
mm.
They're all inflated. It's all meant to make it look better than it is. You feel me? Dress it up. That's all they doing.
And it's crazy because they're portraying a false reality. Because then you got certain people who may look at that and they'll say, damn, I'm not doing that or I'm not that. And so they may start to feel inadequate. The whole time, the person that they're looking at is making them feel inadequate isn't even doing shit.
Yeah. Well, it's the
They're just
entertainment industry.
portraying it.
It's no different than acting or anything else. You feel me? So it's all entertainment. But like you said, the more honest or independent artists, they definitely do. They can, I should say, get discouraged. But at least we get a chance to make our own shit. Back in the day, it was either you was signed or you wasn't, and you couldn't really do none of that shit.
Yeah, that is true.
Even
That
if you
good.
did, even if you did get signed, if they dropped you, you feel me? You had no platform to speak your mind. You just had to. You basically disappeared.
Phew, it's
So
trash,
at least
bro.
we get
And
to do our thing.
right, and like you said earlier, you dropped a lot of gems in the interview. But earlier you said that there's good and bad with everything. As much as it is, we sat here and we just talked about streaming and how people inflate and people inflate numbers and do other weird shit. There's a lot of positives to it because it gives everyone all their own outlet to do things. Um, my next question for you though, now that you're in, and now that you've become independent, would you ever think about signing to someone again?
Oh yeah, I would definitely sign. With the knowledge I have now, I doubt somebody's gonna want to give me the deal that I'm looking for. But if somebody's willing to give me my deal that I like, or a very fair deal, or we can come to terms on a balanced deal, yeah, I would definitely sign. Because I
Mhm.
understand the power that these labels have. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also very interested to see how far I could take it myself.
Mm.
And I'm not interested in taking it far myself and then just signing all that over to somebody like I just did.
Right.
Because I built my brand up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I signed it away and dug myself in a hole. So I can't make that mistake again. But I'm not like, I would be small minded and going against everything that I preach if I told myself I would never sign a deal strictly based off of past experience.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So if it makes sense, it
Hundred
makes
percent.
sense.
100%. I completely understand that. Now, moving forward, I do want to talk about another thing musically. I think, bro, just listen to your music. You have great beat selection.
Thank
What in your mind, when you hear a beat, what goes through your mind? Like what processes when you decide to hop on it or not?
you. Man, G, I've been dealing with this beat shit and just music in general for years. This dilemma where people just don't understand me, man. Like, I'm so against rules and format and
Mm-hmm.
guidelines and just follow this, follow that. I'm against all of that, bro. Like, and now that I'm producing myself, it's like I get to dive in and break these rules myself, because just trying to make music on other people's trying to combine my vision with other people's vision, it's dope. It's a great experience and it's taught me a lot. But I would rather be in control of the whole process and then have people put their input in. Like when I pick beats, I don't care if it's in what pitch it's in. I don't care like what tone or what key it's in or any of that. Like, I need to just feel something. It needs to strike me in a certain place. And
Mm.
I let the like when I don't write anything. I freestyle everything. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so when I rap, I let the beats tell me what to say, how to rap, what tone of voice to use. The beats guide me, bro. So when I pick my beats, it's mostly on pure instinct and intuition, like how does this beat make me feel? And I'll know within a matter of seconds if I should rap right now or if I should sit on it. You know what I'm saying? Or if I should just not even try. But I mean, if you heard all the shit that I haven't released, the beats on there are crazy too.
Yeah, because my favorite beat is off the song, and I hope I have this right. 1139. That shit is hard. I make sure to
That
put that
beat
in my
is
notes to
hard.
talk about that. That beat is stupid.
Yeah. Boy Flight made that on God. But I've also been very close, like with the producers I work with, I've been very close in the process. Damn near co-producing it. Before I learned how to produce myself, I would just sit there and just shoot my ideas out. You know what I'm saying? What I like, what I don't like. Nah, that's not what I'm going for. That is, or even when I was working
Mhm.
at ATS with Oz and Don Rob for shit like blah blah, like I was there from the beginning of the process to the very end. You know what I'm saying? Giving input,
Mhm.
going through records to see what we could reference, just trying to make sure that everything was how I wanted it, because at the end of the day, I have to use this beat. You feel me? So I kind of co-produced a lot of that shit in a sense, you know. But just listening to beats and choosing beats that have already been made, I'm kind of very precise on that, you know, and very I don't even want to use the words judgmental, but I'm not going to jump on something unless I absolutely feel like I have to or want to, you
Mhm.
know. Like it has to make
Right.
me feel
Now,
that way.
yep, yep. And again, I'm sorry, and for our listeners, I know we're kind of jumping on each other. We're using an online system due to coronavirus. We can't link up, so apologies about that ahead of time, bro. Now, you mentioned producers that you've linked up with. I see you've collaborated with a good amount of Chicago artists. I've seen you collaborate with Femdot twice.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Who have been your favorite artists to collaborate with?
Damn, I gotta think. Femdot's at the top of that list for sure. We worked with each other early on, like I want to say 2014. When he was first getting started, my boy IB Classic hit me up like, yo, I got this record, woo this, you know what I'm saying? And then he played it, he sent it to me, I mean, and Femdot was on there, and I was like, damn, whoever this is hard, like hard as fuck.
Hmm.
So that was when we first made a record. We got like I think 3 records all together. So shout out to Femdot. He's actually doing some fucking great things. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna take his brand and his mission and his message somewhere, you know, that we can't even fathom right now. So shout out to Fem.
Hmm.
Who else have I worked with? I can't even remember. Taylor
Let me see
Bennett.
if I could.
I rock with Taylor.
Mhm.
Um, Obviously my cousin Fendi. Uh, I can't really remember, and I know I probably feel like a dick. Sound like a dick. Oh, Saba for sure. Saba and Rocky Fresh. Definitely 2 more artists that I worked with that I really enjoyed. When I did the last song with Saba off my New Wave EP, he actually let me come to his crib or his crib studio, and we was in the basement. I fell asleep off like 2 Zans in his basement. I woke up, he had already written his whole part and shit. So that was dope as hell, man. That shit was cool.
Damn.
I appreciate him, you know, allowing me in that space like that. So
Mhm.
Saba for sure. Yeah, man, everybody that I've worked with, you know, like I said, I learned from everybody. Like even sitting in sessions with where Chance was playing music, like I learned like a pick up off his habits, and like, you know, at ATS just watching Herb and you know, Valet, Juice World and all of them work. It's like I was a fly on the wall. Oh yeah, shit, I'm tweaking. My song with Herb, it's not out, so that's why I didn't even think about it. But that was a fire session too. Like
Yeah.
that's somebody that I enjoyed working with as well, Lil Herb or G Herbo, whatever you want to call him. Folks, you know, that shit was crazy though. I never
Mhm.
expected that to even happen, you know, so that was crazy.
When do you think we'll be able to hear that?
Shit, man, I don't even know. You know, it's when you're dealing with these labels, man, shit gets tricky. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I want a lot of good things. A lot things take time. You know what I'm saying? And
the song
one
been
this one
done
thing
for almost 2 years though. I ain't gonna cap.
that's what that's what I'm saying. Some of these things take time. That's what I was gonna go into next. A lot of songs that we hear that are like really dope, they've been done years beforehand, and then we're like just now hearing them. You know, do you ever feel like if you sit on a song for too have you ever sat on a song for too long and they just not released it?
Yeah, but even something like House of Pain was 2 years old almost when I dropped it. A year and a half old when I dropped it. So, and then you look at a record like Blah Blah that was like a month old when I dropped it. Like I made that and then dropped it right away. So, you know, it's different for every song. I think the true what am I trying to say? The true timeless records, you know, they stand the test of time whether you release them or not. If it's a great record, you can
Facts.
put it out in 2 years, 3 years. If it's truly timeless, it'll defy whatever the trend is. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the moment is. And yeah, I mean, a lot of the music that I'm gonna drop is years old or months old. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to go through this whole situation and this whole legal shit. So
Hmm.
I've had these records for a long time. I got like 200 songs, bro. So if I even put them up, you know what I'm
Sheesh.
saying? I might just scrap them all because
Damn.
it is what it is, you know. But and I'm really excited for this next chapter. I don't take none of that as L's because hypothetically speaking, if I don't drop any of it, that's all material I get to reference, and that's all material that I learned from. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I was putting real hours in the studio, bro. I'm either well over or I've already hit my 10,000 hours. You know, I've been doing this shit for 10 years. So, and in the last 2 years at ATS, I was in that bitch almost every day for hours and hours on end rapping like all these songs, and I only put out two. So it's like the two is deceiving. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that represent what the work I've been doing because you know, if it was up to me, I would have 10 mixtapes out, you know, or whatever, man. I would be
Mhm.
dropping a song a week type shit or would have dropped a song a week. So like I was working, bro, and I put so much work in that I'm so confident whether the music comes out or not. You know what I'm saying? That I'm gonna do big things and great things. And I have a better
Uh,
understanding of music.
I'm glad. I'm happy to hear that, bro. Because there's like we just talked about. It sucks to not be able to express yourself, but that leads into my next question for you. If you weren't rapping, how would you express yourself?
What do you mean?
Like, artists have to express themselves, and I think that the thing is with artists is that when they do one thing, like for example, you rap, but you're also into other things like reading books and things like that. Artists often find different avenues to express themselves because at the end of the day, they have to find a way to get their message out any kind of way.
Yeah.
If you weren't rapping, how would you express yourself?
Um. Well, I'm writing books and writing novels and stuff, so
Mm,
I'm channeling, you know, that right now. Um, Maybe making beats, writing songs for other people. I'm learning how to just channel all my shit and express myself through conversation and just, you know, my regular body, my physical world. You know what I'm saying? And even just
yeah,
reflecting in my own mind and learning how to express myself because at the end of the day, all that matters is that the energy is getting channeled. You know what I'm saying? Whether a million people hear it or
yeah,
one. Now, it's different when you're trying to give a message or put a message out there. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's more so, you know, your goal or your mission with the art. But in terms of expressing myself, I think I do a very good job of expressing myself every day in every aspect, you know.
mm,
With the music, I think my older music, I was kind of just trying to be very speaking very literal and you know everything was verbatim and it's like I could express being sad in many ways. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to sit here on the song and tell you I'm so sad. I'm gonna pop all these
mm,
pills, or I'm gonna just weep in my sorrow. Like I can say that, but I can channel a bunch of other creative energy to explain how I'm feeling without actually telling you I'm sad. You know what I'm saying? Like even a song like blah blah. It's a very if you listen to it, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying it with a very energetic and happy tone. But if you listen to the lyrics, it's kind of I'm kind of telling you I'm not all right. You know what I'm saying? Like so, there's multiple ways you can express how you're really feeling, and I've learned how to become more conceptual and kind of sprinkle things in there without being so forward. You know what I'm saying? Because being so straightforward, you lack the mystery. You lack the you know, people want to think or people want to hear stuff and maybe not understand it. So when you're just so straightforward, it's like it's kind of bland now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's for me at least. as the
Yeah.
artist, as the creative, it gets kind of bland, and it's like I don't want to sit here and just cry. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just sit here and cry to you guys. I kind of want to also enjoy this, you know? So
I completely understand, bro. Now, you brought up your body. You have we're not on video right now, but bro, you have a shit ton of tattoos.
yeah,
How many tattoos do you have?
yeah. I don't know how many I have, honestly.
I was gonna say, bro, did you lose count after like 16? Because you have a lot of tattoos,
Yeah, I
bro.
stopped counting a while ago. Um, I just be adding shit. In real life, I just be adding shit. I have no idea how many I got. It's a lot though.
That's good. All right, so before I let you out of here, I got one question. This is the most important question of the evening. Are
Well,
you
yeah.
ready?
Yes, sir.
Harold's, Uncle Remus, or Roosters? Is it Roosters or is it the one that was right outside the studio, right outside of ATS? I always get that.
Roost,
I call
the roost.
the Roost. Yeah, I call it Clucks like a dumbass because I was thinking chicken cluck.
Yeah, I kind of
But
got so I kind of got tired of eating the roost all the damn time. So it's kind of biased, but honestly, I mean, I like Harold's and I like Uncle Remus and shit, but I haven't had no like real fried chicken in a few years. You know, my body don't allow me to eat that shit no more. So,
oh damn.
you know, I can't really enjoy no hot wings and nothing like that. So, uh, but there was this place called Southtown Sub on 35th and 35th. I want to say 35th and Prairie. It's a one spot. You
Mhm.
can only get it at that one little spot. It's real like small. You feel me? It's a cage on the window type shit. So
Oh, that shit smack. That's all you had to
it's
say.
amazing though. Like that's what we that shit every day when we was in the trap and shit. So yeah, that's
Mm.
I'm a rock with Southtown. But like I said, I ain't had none of that shit in a long time. So
Southtown. You got to take me out there because, like, because I'm from the burbs. So whenever I come into the city, I always try to eat something from the city. Like, I'm so thirsty. I got a homegirl going to the city tonight, even though it's quarantine. But God bless her. And
yeah, home
and she was like,
man.
you know what I'm saying? God bless you. You know what I'm saying? But and I was talking to her, and she's like, "I'm going to go get something to eat." And I'm just like, "Yo, whatever you eat, text me what you gonna get, and just let me know and bring it back. You can sit on it for a few days, as long as you put it in the fridge. I don't care." Like I like the food. Like I know you grew up in the city, bro, but growing up in the suburbs is so different. When I come out there, I feel like I'm a kid in an amusement park. Like the fact
Yeah,
that you've had all these things, like the fact you've had all these things at your disposal for your entire life is crazy to me. Like the same restaurants are there for us. They're family owned restaurants. We just got a Chick-fil-A like year and change ago. So that's pretty much been where I and changed my life. Bro, when I'm out there, oh my god, bro! I be fire. I don't know if you ever heard of fire cakes.
nah.
Well, with what you were telling me about your stomach, I don't know if you can eat this because it's crazy, but they take Long John donuts and they stuff ice cream in them, and you eat it like an ice cream
Oh,
sandwich,
that shit's probably fire. Yeah, I haven't had no
bro.
ice
What?
cream or nothing in
Whew.
years, man. No pizza, none of that shit in a long time.
What, bro? Oh my god, that's terrible. That's
Yeah,
torture.
no, it sucks, man. But you know, it is what it is, though. I still like. I grew up on all that, like you know,
Mhm.
eating like shit, bro, my whole life. So I don't. I miss it, but it's like I enjoyed it. You know.
Facts, facts. Well, my boy, we covered a lot in this interview, and we
Oh
covered a
god.
lot in this conversation. Do you have any questions for me? Anything you want to ask? Any topics you want to talk about with me? Anything at all?
Um.
Anything you want the people to know about you that maybe I didn't ask? Anything. The floor is yours, sir.
I mean, I think first of all, bro, I really appreciate you. You know, giving me your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you didn't have to do that, and
Man, you're
spending
welcome,
it,
bro.
spending
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, no, you know, it's all love and just reaching out. So I appreciate that, one. And two, you know, I just would like to tell people, like I said, to take care of yourself and not put yourself in a box. Like I could easily not do a bunch of stuff because I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? But like don't consider me a rapper. Don't consider me anything, actually. Just consider me human. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person, and I'm on a journey just like everybody else. So I just want everybody to embrace that journey, man. And I got really big plans. I have a dream that I'm trying to bring into fruition. Um, and, very soon I want to be, at the peak of my career and at the peak of my health. You know what I'm saying? So I just want everybody to take care of themselves and just support each other, love each other, and especially during this time, be, productive. Don't just sit around and weep. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has the excuse right now to say, "Oh, this is depressing" or "This is sad." But it's times like these where you pick that and you throw it away, right? You take that and you throw it away, and you look at the positive and you look at how you can grow from this. And I truly think humanity has an opportunity right now to grow and to flourish and to take life to a new level. Because I don't think life will ever be the same after this. But
Yes. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
no, you good.
You are. So I was thinking about this the other. I was talking about this with a homegirl, and she works in public health, and she explained this to me. Right, we're gonna have, of course, like I don't know, but China completely flattened their curve, or the curve is starting to flatten, if I remember correctly. But they had to put the entire place on lockdown, right?
Yeah, I don't really
And
believe this shit is a virus, but go ahead.
you say you don't think this shit's a virus?
No, that you don't just flatten a curve for a deadly pandemic virus. That just don't happen. But go ahead.
Ooh, okay. Say that. We'll get into that next. Hold on. So now what she was saying was, and it makes sense, is that once we get off lockdown, hopefully at the end of this month or in June, however long it takes, once we get off lockdown, right? There's gonna be a second wave of this shit because there are people who are already indoors now who still have it. And so when everybody mingles back up again, everyone starts going to the gym and going out to restaurants and going to the mall and everybody's congregating again, it's gonna it's gonna happen again. So when it does, I just feel like we have no choice but to kind of be back in, you know. So I don't know what the world's gonna look like when this is all over with. A lot of businesses that we know that are family-owned businesses, like that restaurant you just named, that's probably family-owned, it cannot even be around anymore.
Yeah, a lot of this
You know
shit,
what I'm
like I
saying?
said, life is gonna be different. It's not gonna be the same, and we weren't even able to prepare for it. Um,
Hmm.
Even the way we go about everyday life is gonna be different. You're not gonna see strangers close to each other no more. At least the smart ones. You're not gonna see people shaking each other's hands for no reason. It's gonna be a lot of
Yeah.
the etiquette and the way we go about things is gonna be truly like really altered. But in terms of a second or third wave or whatever, like man, they fucking with us, bro. This shit is something else. Like it's not.
I was gonna say, go into how do you feel about the conspiracy theories that are going out and about this shit? Like, how do you feel about
I
that?
have no idea what's going on exactly, but I know it's not what they're telling us. This shit is bigger than what they telling us, bro. And even with like the numbers are so fucking they don't make no damn sense. Period. And the shit like you talked about with China, like I've been doing a lot of looking at a lot of conspiracy shit, like, and to me, all of this is doing is setting a precedent, bro. The lockdowns, all this shit, for something bigger. Like the next time we won't be reluctant to have a lockdown. We won't be reluctant for none of this shit. We might even invite it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got places like China that's saying that it's effective. And it's like it's just utter bullshit. It's just all bullshit, bro.
Yeah, it's weird. I saw this one video. I'm gonna send it to you on Instagram. But these people were being chipped, bro. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send it to you right now so you can watch it. These people were literally they were literally on there openly talking about it, and just there's no other way to describe it, bro.
Bro,
They were lit, huh?
I said I believe it.
Like, and they're sitting there openly talking about it and everything that's going on. I'm gonna send it to the book page. Um, and they were openly talking about it, and it showed him the chip, and he literally shot this in somebody's body. And when he shot it in his arm, he went over to the vending machine, bro, and like tapped his wrist or his hand against the machine, and then like a drink or shit came out. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you look at like who's So I guess there's apparently 7 vaccines or a few vaccines being constructed and worked on right now. And
Hmm.
I watched the David Icke interview that got taken down and banned. Basically, they said that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is funding every vaccination, and
Yeah,
it's
Bill Gates just opened up 7 different factories.
yeah. I mean, they on bullshit, bro. They are on bullshit. This is the same man that's been talking about microchipping humans for a long time and talking about population control and running specifically a coronavirus pandemic simulation a couple weeks before this shit broke out. So it's like it's layers to this shit. If we got to talking about conspiracies, bro, we'll be here. You don't even get me started, G. You know this shit is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? So I just want people to be
Facts, yeah.
better people, bro. And you know, if we start reading and opening up our minds, we'll be less susceptible to being manipulated. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how we're being right now. We're being hoodwinked. That's it. They
Hmm.
got us in the crib on house arrest for no fucking reason. I mean, it's not for no fucking
Now,
reason, but it's not for what they tell you.
okay, right. There's something now. The way I look at it is, and not to knock anybody who do believe conspiracy theories, because I do. I feel like sometimes, I mean, there's two different Americans at this point, damn near. Those who believe in conspiracy theories and those who don't. And there's no like middle ground. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But it's just like I feel like I do feel like sometimes when we get into conspiracy theories, and when we do that kind of stuff, we end up kind of sometimes losing sight of what's real, because it seems like when you talk to certain, not saying this is like this when I'm talking with you, but when you talk to certain people about conspiracy theories, they have an answer for every little thing. And some of the shit is so ludicrous. Like this dude came into my job, bro. I shit you not, Logan. I promise to God. He looks at me. He says, "My wife is a nurse, and all this shit is bullshit. Coronavirus not even real. What's killing these people is the radiation from the 5G towers." I said, "Oh, really? Interesting." And then from there, bro, I kid you not, this is the part that floored me. He said in a few years, there will be no birds, and all birds will be dead due to 5G radiation.
So, what's your opinion on that? Because I rock with bro, because the
I
5G
don't,
shit is very real, bro. Like I'm looking at something right now from the BBC News that's saying like how even your phones can affect your immune system. Like you got to look at they're canceling post mortem on people, bro, and they're making elderly people sign DNRs, which are do not resuscitate forms, right?
yeah,
They're
yeah,
chalking a lot of these deaths up. First of all, the numbers are inflated, but even let's take them as valid numbers, it's still not enough to cause a global pandemic and put us all on lockdown. First of all. So, secondly, a lot of these people that are dying already, not to sound like a dick, this is why
they're
I
not in
advise
good
people
health.
this is why I advise people to separate emotion, whether it's your loved one or whoever. They're already dying, bro. It's a lot of people
Yeah.
with underlying health issues like heart disease, people on dialysis, people that have lung diseases and shit. And it's like what they're doing, bro. Hold on, let me go get the exact name of this shit
Yeah.
before I speak on it. Um
Yeah, no, no, I understand, but what you're saying essentially is that these people are already dying. They're already gravely ill people, or excuse me,
yeah, and they're
chronically ill
chalking up the
people.
deaths to coronavirus. So look, what the test that they're using is called a RT-PCR test. And there's no even evidence that a virus is existing right now, bro. They're not even testing for a virus. What they're testing for is genetical makeup that's in every human being. And stress and fear and radiation cause these, I think it's called exosomes or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't have the information in front of me, but it has similar symptoms to what the fuck the virus is causing. So they're installing this fear and instilling this fear into us. And if there is any radiation, which obviously there is because microwaves give off radiation,
Hmm.
phones give off radiation, Wi-Fi doesn't. 5G is just really amplified. You know what I'm saying? So they're not even testing for a virus. What they're testing for is genetic makeup that's in almost 99% of us. And when you're under stress and fear or have radiation or severe radiation or you're already sick, you're going to test positive. Almost everybody that gets tested will test. There'll be more positives than negatives if you're testing the right people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these sick people, almost all of them are going to test positive. And what they're doing, if you pay attention closely to the way the verbiage and the languages in a lot of these headlines, bro, is like they saying shit like so and so dies after testing positive from coronavirus, right? But this is somebody who's been battling cancer. Now, they didn't say that the virus killed them. Otherwise, they would have said so-and-so died because of coronavirus. But they're saying after testing positive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you really got to pay attention to the propaganda, bro. And I understand the combative spirit of people who are considered realist or anti conspiracy theories. But these are a lot of these people have never believed in any conspiracy. So
Mhm.
my thing is, so you're just gonna tell me that every conspiracy isn't valid, huh? Like, not speaking on you, I'm speaking in general.
Mhm.
People that go against it. So many people are just out of their minds, huh? So it's like you just believe whatever the news tells you, and it's like, even if all of the conspiracies, because I don't believe every conspiracy is valid, but even if you believe that even if there's one that was right out of the fucking however many there are, you know what I'm saying? That makes it possible for so many more to be correct. And it's like the fact that people have this stigma on conspiracies. I hate using conspiracy as a label or even talking about it as conspiracy, because sometimes it is the truth. And the conspiracy might be
Mhm.
what's on the news. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't, it's a lot of that shit don't sit well with me. And I'm a very open-minded person. So if I'm talking to somebody about this and you can make a valid case, you know what I'm saying, for the other side, then I tip my hat to you.
Mhm.
Right now, the valid cases are coming from the conspiracy side. And the news and the reality of the situation, or what they want to call the reality, is propaganda. There's no tangible evidence, bro. There's not even evidence that there's a real virus, dog. Like, it's just
And
very weird to me.
now I will say this: I haven't done a lot of research into the conspiracy theories, so I can't. I want to go back and forth with you, but I can't. So because I don't want to just speak out my ass.
Oh God.
Um, but at the same time, the point you brought up, to some people that knock all conspiracy theories, they're ignorant for that, because everything comes from somewhere. Every
Yeah,
thought starts
bro.
from something true. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You
So at
can't sit
some
here,
point in time,
like, you can't, not to cut you off, but you can't sit here and be like, anybody who looks at 9/11 and thinks it's whatever happened at the surface is exactly accurate. That's when I stopped talking to people, because clearly there's something weird that went on there. You know what I'm saying? Something happened there
yeah,
that wasn't just wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Now, the magnitude of that conspiracy could alter from very minor to very major. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that there was something there. And people who don't even believe in that, it's like, come on, bro. You really believe people hijacked the plane and or whatever the case may be, that America didn't know about it, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way them buildings fell, bro, it's like that was a controlled demolition, dog. Like, come on now.
yeah,
Like, let's
because
just be
because
real.
trying to get on a yeah, because trying to do. I mean, granted, getting on a plane now and getting on a plane back then is different due to that. But just sitting on a plane and kind of sitting there, I'm just like, is it really possible for me to get up and do all the shit that they did? You know what I'm saying? Like,
And now
it
I'm
just
not
doesn't
even
seem
combating that
feasible.
aspect specifically. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't know how travel was at that time. We was little kids, but the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? So many things had to go a specific way for it to play out like that. And it's like,
Mhm.
even the way, like I said, the building's falling, you know what I'm saying? Or the hole in the Pentagon where somehow the plane that is not, there's no evidence of a plane, but a
Yeah.
plane hit there. Like, you feel me? All you have to do is lie to me one time, bro, for me to question everything that's going on. And with this virus shit, bro, come on, bro. I don't care if I got sick, if my mom got sick, if my best friend got sick. I know how to separate emotion and deal with these kind of realities from a logical and rational mindset. So there's a lot of people that are going and combating the coronavirus conspiracies or the COVID conspiracies because a loved one has it or got diagnosed with it or whatever the case may be, or died from it. And it's like, the true power in humanity is being able to separate emotions in times like this and kind of really identify what's going on. And if you can't do that, if you can't do that objectively, then it's kind of like it's wishy washy in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Like
A 100%.
even if I got sick, bro, like I have to
God
look at it
forbid.
from an objective standpoint and be like, why am I sick? You know what I'm saying? Because it could very well be an attack on the immune system from whoever the fuck is attacking, like with this radiation or whatever. Like the 5G radiation that they're talking about is similar to chemotherapy, and you know what chemotherapy does to a body. You know what I'm saying? Into your natural, you know what I'm saying, genetic makeup.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, they ain't even testing for a virus. The tests that they're using are tests that have been around for fucking I don't know how many years, bro. So, but like I said, I could keep going on about this shit, bro. I've been doing hours and hours of research on this shit because none of this shit sits right with me. But you don't
I
convince
feel you,
anybody
bro.
by forcing shit down their throat. You feel me? You convince people with either facts or the reality of the situation will convince them.
Right, when some shit actually happens. So this is definitely a fine line between conspiracies and reality. But like you said, we could go on forever. Logan, bro, I appreciate you, man.
Man,
Um,
I
I owe
appreciate you
you
too, bro.
I owe you dinner. Even if you can't eat chicken wings, if we got to get you some special kind of chicken wings that they make out of like cauliflower or some shit, or we got to get you some all water dinner. I don't know, bro. I'm just talking shit, bro. Whatever it is, bro, I
Yeah.
owe you one.
Oh God, no. We'll link up when this shit gets a little better, and we'll figure it out, gang. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes,
I super appreciate you, bro. And yeah, thank you, man, for real.
of course, bro. Of course. Now, give the people your social medias.
You can follow me on Instagram and SoundCloud, YouTube, all the streaming platforms at 8matiklogan. That's 8matiklogan. My
Mm,
Twitter is all. I keep getting my Twitter account suspended. So you can just follow me. You can follow my side account at Rickbait. Rickbait is basically clickbait, but Rickbait the clickbait god. And then follow my book club on everywhere at 8matic Book Club.
that's funny as fuck. Why do you keep getting suspended on Twitter?
Man, they smoked my shit because I had got into it when the Cubs were in the playoffs. I got into it with some Brewers fans a few years back, and when they smoked that account, I can't make no more accounts. So every time I make an account, every X amount of weeks or months, they end up smoking that account too. So I just had to make a meme account now. So
That's crazy. That's why Zach Fox can't get back on Twitter because his ass be wilding out, bro. I don't know if you remember Zach Fox.
yeah, I remember, bro. Yeah, they smoked my shit.
Yeah.
I was saying some crazy shit, but I ain't really say nothing too crazy. The Brewers fans was just hating on me, so it's fuck the Brewers for life. You feel me? Shout out Milwaukee, bro. Shout out Milwaukee for sure. I rock with Milwaukee, but fuck the Brewers.
Great food in Milwaukee though.
I ain't
Period.
never.
That shit is
I only.
smack.
I took one little stop in Wisconsin. I mean, in Milwaukee or wherever the fuck I went. I've been to Madison, Wisconsin, and I've been to the airport in one of them little cities or whatever to
Mhm.
pick up somebody. But yeah,
Mhm.
shout out Wisconsin, shout out Milwaukee. One day I'll go over there and eat, maybe tour. You feel me? But it's always gonna be fuck the Brewers.
I feel you, bro. Well, guys, of course, this is Devon, your host. Catch me every Monday. We upload new episodes of ISD and School Detention on YouTube. Our catalog is deep. We in our bag on YouTube, guys. Please check us out during this quarantine time. I know you guys got nothing better to do. If you're bored, please check out the podcast. We have episodes on episodes on episodes that are hours and hours long. You guys can check out. Please follow my guys, Pierce and Vontrell. Check Pierce out on Apple Music. His handle is PB00GS. Again, PB00GS. Hit up Vontrell on Snapchat at Vontrellduh, because it's Vontrellduh. You can find me at Devonn Allen on Instagram, D Streets 815 on Twitter. But most importantly, guys, YouTube account, ISD and School Detention. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you guys next time.